So I'm actually a pretty big Naruto fan. I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but it's the truth. I am a big Naruto fan, and you may be wondering, what does that have to do with Twin Star Exorcist? Well, we're going to talk about the two things that has to do with Twin Star Exorcist. For one, a while back it was a kind of interview with Masashi Kishimoto in which I read that he actually recommended a manga called Twin Star Exorcist and said it was a really good manga. Now, of course, coming from Kishimoto, who, no matter what your opinion on the Naruto series is, authored one of the biggest manga series of all time, it's got to have some weight behind it, and I'm guessing it got a lot of people onto Twin Star Exorcist, and it definitely ingrained the name in my head, although I never checked out the manga. Two, Studio Period is actually doing this anime from what I can gather. I'm pretty sure that's true, like 90% sure, but if I'm wrong I'm going to look like an idiot. And they are also the ones who adapted the Naruto anime from the manga. Now, the Naruto anime wasn't as great as the manga, and it had a lot of problems with it in terms of the adaptation, in terms of things being changed, and of course in terms of the filler. But coming from Twin Star Exorcist, you know, Studio Period should do a good job because it's not a ongoing long shonen series, although it is rumoured to have 4 cores to it and be around 52 episodes long at the end of its run. It's going to be split up into like 12 episode runs or something, so it's not as if they're going to have to add in filler content. And I was nervous about going into this anime, but again, from the recommendation of Kishimoto, I wanted to try it out. And although I didn't get to try the manga, I did wait for the anime and specifically seek it out because of Kishimoto's recommendation. And all I have to say is that I genuinely really enjoyed the first episode of Twin Star Exorcist, probably more than I thought, or probably more than I should have done. It was actually a pretty fun episode with some really great action, an introduction to characters that worked really well, and just a really enjoyable episode. Now, I'm not going to lie and pretend this is anything new or anything that we have never seen before. The Exorcist, concept is common to anime. I've watched other anime that have dealt with the same concept. For example, Blue Exorcist is in the name. It's very similar, although to be honest, I enjoyed Twin Star Exorcist's depiction of exorcists a lot more in this first episode than I did in the entirety of Blue Exorcist, which is saying something. Now, in this anime, we have the main characters of, oh god, I'm going to forget their names, Bemio, who is the girl, and Rakudo, or something like that, and they are both exorcists. Now, Rakudo has some kind of mysterious power to do with his arm that he presumably got through surviving some kind of demon or Kagure-related tragedy when he was a kid, and Kagure are kind of like the demons that they have to exorcise. And Bemio is like a traditionally trained exorcist. She has 2 swords, she has a bunch of talismans which give her special enchantments and powers, and she wants to slay all the evil demons in the world to prevent people from being harmed by them. Now, these two have formed some kind of relationship in this episode that isn't exactly a friendship as of yet, but is definitely going to develop into something. I'm not really sure where the story is going to go with those two, but I'm excited. I really did enjoy the character designs of them. I thought that Bemio is, the typical kind of cute high school girl, and I really do actually like her appearance. She is pretty cute, and I kind of didn't like her, distant personality at first with the fact that she doesn't talk very much, but I got to appreciate that more towards the end of the episode, I guess, when she has some really badass fighting scenes that are very well choreographed and just very well pulled off. And I really like Rakudo, or I think it's Rakudo, his character design. I do think it's weird that he looks like a demon in a sense. He's got red eyes and pointy teeth. It's the same way as Rin from Blue Exorcist. He looked like a demon, but was also slaying demons. Didn't really make much sense, but again, his powers, I'm guessing at least, are going to link to him having some kind of, demon blood within him, or Kagure blood, or whatever they're called. So I'm making an exception, but it was pretty obvious from the start that he was going to have some kind of demon-related power. I really, really like the animation. As I said, Naruto didn't have the best animation all the way throughout. There were some really shining moments, and especially in the more recent canon episodes. I don't watch the filler, so I wouldn't know. The animation was 1080p and it was very, very good, but again, even some of the best fights in Naruto, like the fight between Naruto and Pain, the animation was absolute, dog crap in some of those parts, which was a real disappointment considering how good the fight was itself. But this episode was really great. Again, it's easier to do with a 12 episode, seasonal anime, so I'm not expecting, Studio Period to, not put in as much effort and just half-arse it, because, they have 12 episodes to do a really great job and spread the budget wisely, whereas with Naruto they had over 400 episodes which they had to budget and manage. Now, Twin Star Exorcist doesn't do anything again, too out of the ordinary, but I did enjoy it for what it was, and I'm definitely going to be checking out next week's episode to see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this review in general. If you guys want to see more of Twin Star Exorcists, you should definitely subscribe, because I'm planning on reviewing it weekly, and I'm excited for where it went. It wasn't anything generic, but the execution was just, you know, the right amount of fun and action and humour as well, which I've really enjoyed, to the point where I think this anime could be another one to look out for. It's not going to be anything to stand out for like future generations to remember, oh, that was the year Twin Star Exorcist came out, like Attack on Titan, but it's going to be something that a lot of people will enjoy. I'm going to say that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Sorry. Hope you enjoyed this video again, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.